Let's begin with the tally of how the Covid-19 cases are stacked up in the national capital, and yet again it has reported over 4,000 cases for the second day in a row, sparking concerns of virus wave amidst a festive season. Now 4,116 new cases and 36 deaths were reported in the past 24 hours. The day before that, there were also about 4,000 cases that Delhi had reported. Recoveries in the past one day have been around 3,600, and the total number of cases in the capital at the moment stand at 3,52,520. And if you look at that graph that is on your screen right now of how the cases have constantly been going up for the past 4 days at least, you see that from October 15th onwards, there was a bit of a drop in cases. Then on one day, it went to a severe drop, and then it's gone up again at the moment as of Saturday, standing at 4,116. So what exactly is the reason behind this sudden spike? Is it related to air pollution? Well, that's what some experts are saying at this point at least, but let's go across to Sukirti to try and get a better understanding on this. Sukirti, make sense of what we are seeing, a trend of the past 10 days in the capital?
Well, yes, it is definitely worrying that the numbers are shooting up again. Now, for every season, if we look at the last 10 days, the numbers started going from 3,500 and now going above 4,000 at this point of time. We saw a similar peak in September as well. Delhi's highest daily cases were recorded in September, on 16th of September, when they went at about 4,500 mark nearly. So we've seen that kind of a peak before. At this point of time, to establish a direct correlation between air pollution and COVID cases would be hard, but definitely that's something that experts have been saying and have been warning against for a long time. They have been saying that as the winter months approach, as the air in Delhi keeps getting worse, we may end up seeing more COVID cases, and it is worrying at this point of time that there is a bad air quality that we are dealing with, and at the same time cases are spiking again. We've seen similar peaks in mid-June, then we saw it in mid-September, and then back in October again we are seeing something like this. So at this point of time, government also analyzing all of the causes, trying to they make their containment measures harder and monitor all the situation and all the aspects again. But a worrying situation for Delhi, and considering all of these factors is another reason why the government has decided not to reopen schools still, while states like UP and Punjab have reopened their schools. So Mr. Kejriwal has said that schools would remain closed till 31st of October, and now there's no more reconsidering of that opinion still. So schools will continue to remain shut in the national capital.
Right. So, Kirti, was the government expecting this spike, and what arrangements did they do accordingly? Because remember, we are talking about a triple whammy at this point in the capital. Pollution levels are high, temperatures are dipping, there is a spike in cases as well. And the doctors also had been telling us all this while that the festive spike in India is going to be extremely lethal. It seems to be coming at a time, however, for Delhi, when the national cases and the overall cases in the country are going down, but Delhi is spiking up.
Well, yes, definitely. Our trend in the national capital goes against what is happening at the national level, where a decline is happening, but here cases continue to spike. So as far as the measures from the government end are considered, one, there has been no relaxation in terms of, letting people celebrate festivals in any manner. For example, Durga Pujas are not happening in the national capital. As far as Dussehra is concerned, they're also the biggest of Ram Leelas that happen at the Red Fort, or even the Ravan effigy burning that happens at the Red Fort. All of those functions are not taking place today. Everything is happening in a very subdued manner. So as far as that portion is considered, that is being taken care of, that people not being allowed to gather in larger numbers and celebrations are not being allowed. And apart from that, all the containment measures in Delhi currently has over 2,000 smaller containment zones that have been put in very strict perimeters. So as far as the government is concerned, they are announcing all of those measures, but clearly the numbers do not seem to be in sync with such measures we continue to see as well.